In the astrology of March 2nd and 3rd for this weekend, we have a very special transit, Jupiter in Taurus in an octile with Neptune Pisces. And so this is significant for several reasons. For one, of course, Jupiter, Neptune transits themselves of all kinds take quite a while before they reach a certain point. Anytime that we have retrogrades, we sometimes have a reoccurrence of certain transits, and of course Neptune is very slow moving, and Jupiter is much faster, but still, it takes an entire year before it moves from one sign to another. So for Jupiter in its octile with Neptune, and part of the magic here is that Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, and it's currently in Taurus, though, where it's in a very harmonious place. Jupiter does well in Taurus, it does well in the second house, it does well in Earth in general. Definitely has some trouble with, in Virgo as it's in its detriment. It has different types of trouble in its fall position in Capricorn, but Jupiter has a funny way of whether or not it's accepted bringing certain gifts into the earth. And so with Jupiter Taurus, especially in a financial sense, it's bringing a lot of expansion. It's bringing a lot of spiritual ideas and making them a little bit more tangible and manifested into reality. So with the octile that we experience, which we always got to remember, that's half of a square. So this is the halfway point before Pisces encounters what's to come in Gemini season, and Taurus encounters what's to come in Leo season. So they're getting kind of a preview with the octile. They get the halfway point, and they essentially get the information they need. So what you might find is that this weekend, you're likely going to receive some information or talk to a person or essentially see an opportunity in front of you that seems incredibly exciting, incredibly quick moving, fast paced. You need to jump on it. You need to do it right now. And it's this feeling of kind of urgency. And the important thing to remember when it comes to that which is illusion and that which really is trying to manifest as a dream come true is that something that's real is going to still be there tomorrow. It's still an opportunity that's on the table for tomorrow. Or it makes sense that in order to engage with or commit with this energy, that you have to really take some time to think about if this is an appropriate thing to commit yourself to, because we don't want to make a commitment and then break that commitment off. And so what we're called to do with this particular octile is not so much be pessimistic and assume that anything exciting is just a false image, and at the same time not too optimistic either, or have too deep of rose-tinted glasses on, because if we misjudge a situation or commit to even a good one, but maybe out of the wrong way, it sets sort of a bad precedent for how this is going to turn out, of course, when we have the upcoming square that happens between Jupiter and Neptune, as well as many of the transits we have for the upcoming Pisces season, Taurus season, Gemini and Leo season, and what takes place there and how Pisces and Tauruses especially are going to experience it. So with this octile, this is definitely going to be happening for Taurus and Pisces on a very personal level. I feel like for Scorpio and Virgo, they're going to have a little bit of a different experience. I think a lot of this, in some way, shape, or form, they're going to feel as though, why isn't everyone just sort of jumping on this thing that I'm really excited about? Why is it that I'm extending these amazing opportunities and people are hesitating, or people are jumping on it, but it's the wrong people, the people that you don't feel you should actually be associated with. So it's kind of a tricky dynamic, and the main thing to focus on, and the reason that the illustration for this weekend report is uses a bat who's producing sonar waves into the ground to sort of detect an image, but its eyes are kind of irrelevant to the picture. It's all about what it hears. It's about sort of listening to your intuition and being able to sort out for yourself whether something glitters or whether something is gold. Is something real, and is it an amazing dream and you should take this opportunity, which will require some level of sacrifice, some level of knowledge, difficulty, learning, a process, an apprenticeship leading to mastery? Or is this something where it glitters and you can just jump on it right now and you're good to go and there's nothing to think about? Just keep your eyes open and your ears open for things that are kind of suspicious, and versus the things that require some level of hard work or some level of mastery that you have to gain or some type of process to go through. And notice that the situations which might have a little bit of inconvenience in them are the ones that help build us, and they sharpen us, and they polish us, and they sort of get us to the place that we really need to be in order to be ready for those types of situations, versus the situations that require zero investment of any kind. It's just commit to it now, go for it, no thinking involved. Those end up being things that glow very brightly, and then they sort of burn out, sort of like a matchstick. So very, very intense energies this weekend, lots to think about. It's not about over analyzing, it's just about really looking at the situation for what it is, doing the best you can to not have too much rose tint on your glasses, and at the same time to not be too pessimistic either. There are some beautiful things that do happen with the octile energy, and we got a lot to think about this weekend. So I hope that this has helped, and I will talk to you all on Monday.